Good day, good evening, Merry Christmas. Hidden Hermit here, looking very briefly at the Emperor card from the Waite Smith. So here's the Emperor, the daddy, the boss, the big cheese, the grand poobah. And there's a lot of depth, I think, to the Emperor. It does depict the divine masculine, much in the same way that the Empress depicts the divine feminine. We move on to this masculine energy. And there's a lot of interesting facets to the Emperor card in any system. But we are indeed looking at the Waite Smith here. So what do we notice about this card? The first thing that I notice when we look at the Emperor is he is a mature, if not elderly, gentleman. And I'll be honest, when I see contemporary decks and they portray the Emperor as a much younger man, it kind of disturbs me, you know. Now, archetypally, there are a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Correspondences, maybe, with the King of Wands, and yet the King of Wands is it's not as a mature energy as the Emperor. He's got this big white beard going on here. He's got white hair. He didn't dye it that way. He's earned that white hair. Okay. He's on his throne here. He's on his throne, and I think it's quite important that he's looking directly at us. I think that's one thing that the Waite Smith Emperor gets distinctly right about the masculine Emperor, that male energy. He's looking directly at you. He's appraising you in some sort of way, assessing you maybe. He's not judging you, not at all. I don't think the Emperor is judgmental if he's upright, and it's a different story if he's reversed. But he's regarding you with an air of evaluation. You know, he's kind of checking you out. He's kind of looking deep inside you, trying to figure out what you are. The Emperor in the Waite Smith is armoured, or at least you can see that his legs are armoured. You know, he's ready for battle. You know, there is a warrior spirit about the Emperor. He's always ready for battle as well, and he's always ready to defend the things that he has earned, his people, indeed, the people that he rules over. There's a somewhat Christian ideal behind it, with his scepter there and his orb. Again, this is to portray a sense of something quite regal and royal. You know, this guy's at the top of his game, if you like. Again, the crown kind of symbolises that as well. The astrological association with Aries is all over the place. You can see the glyph for Aries at the top of his crown there. You've got the ram's heads adorning the corners of his throne, as well as on his I don't know, what do you call that? His shawl? I don't know. His robe, maybe. And I find this quite interesting. And I'll tell you why. So the Emperor here is a mature man. So this is a mature Aries energy. Now, Aries in its very essence is quite youthful. You know, it's right at the beginning of the zodiac. It's all about spring and new life and new birth. Whereas the Emperor is very much the other end of that. So there isn't anything immature about the Emperor if he's upright and well dignified. So it's a very specific kind of Aryan energy, which doesn't really chime well when you think about Aries and the first house, and the idea of bringing forth new things, if you like, of initiating change, of starting things. He's at the other end of the scale. You know, he did that a long time ago. And now he is well, I mean, there isn't a great sense of reward here. There are jewels in his crown, but he's got to his position of authority and power by living the life that he has led. Lots to be said about that, you know, and I understand that there are many people out there that either fear or view the Emperor as something quite oppressive, which I honestly do not understand nor agree with. You know, this guy is on your side. He's looking out for you. He's protecting you. I do get a sense that the Emperor is there to protect not just the Empress, because you know, the Empress is bringing her nurturing motherly instinct to the collective. The Emperor's there to protect her, to allow her to do that, which again is going back to this sense of armor and and that warrior spirit. Of course, it goes very, very differently when the Emperor becomes out reversed. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that reversals and dignification is something that's very important with whatever system you're working with. And sometimes reversals can be, you know, just a kind of insipid ideal of the card meaning or interpretation. I think it's very different with the Emperor. When the Emperor comes out reversed, then you need to be not just wary, but on guard, I think. This is where the masculine energy is at its worst. Absolutely. So you can think of aggression, violence, that idea of toxic masculinity, which is a very prevalent buzz term in the 21st century. The Emperor Reverse really does embody that, I think. So, you know, you could go one step further and suggest that it means misogyny and sexism. I don't think that's unfair, you know. I don't think that's unfair. When the Emperor comes out reversed, you should potentially consider those things depending on the context of the spread. But yeah, aggression, I think, is the big one. Unfairness as well. I think the Emperor is very fair, you know. He's got the best interests of his people at heart. But if he comes out reversed, then he could be quite selfish, cruel, impatient. I almost said passive aggressive, but I think that's wrong. No, that's wrong. In fact, I regret saying that now. I think there are other energies in the tarot that symbolize passive aggression. It's not the Emperor. This is direct aggression. This is direct. You know, he will embody that really negative masculine energy when he comes out reversed or ill-dignified. So be warned. Absolutely be warned. And I don't know, if the Emperor does come out reversed, you can either match it head on, but you've got a severe battle ahead of you, or you could remove yourself from the situation. You can avoid it. But hey, that's dependent, again, on the spread. Now, as an Aries myself, I fully respect the Emperor. And like I say, I like to see him as the boss. He's the good boss as well. He's the boss that's looking out for you, that's making sure you'll get paid fairly, that you're treated fairly, that you get your breaks, that you get praised for the work you do. Unless, of course, and, you know, any boss, any good boss, if you get on well with them, then he will get on well with you. And I think that should be my last word. As you can see, I'm rambling on forever here. 8 minutes, that's crazy for one of these Flash Tarot videos. But yeah, stay on the right side of the boss and he will stay on the right side of you. For me, that is the Emperor energy. And that is the Emperor. A very good depiction of the Emperor from the Waite Smith there. Thanks.